Hey everyone, SkillBit founders here to talk about the International Cyber Challenge 2026 in May in Australia. I've got Roman here who's going to be on site for the International Cyber Challenge, and we are honored to be leading and running the Jeopardy style CTF for ICC this year. So bringing Roman in to just talk about the competition, what it's going to look like, the way we're approaching things, and a couple other general things. First off, Roman, are you excited for the 20-hour flight to Australia?
I'm excited to be in Australia. I'm not sure I'm excited for the flight, but I think it's going to be worth it.
You have some movies ready or thinking about that?
Just whatever they have available. Probably need to get some sleep.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hopefully you sleep a lot. So for ICC, could you just give a quick summary of what ICC is, why it's such a cool event?
Yes, International Cybersecurity Challenge is a competition that was originally started by NISA, which is the European Cybersecurity Agency, and it's done in partnership with various government agencies and institutions, across the world. So I think the first year the competition happened took place in 2022 in Greece. Next year was in San Diego, so we actually helped run that one. Then it was in maybe Costa Rica, Japan, and then this year it's going to be in Australia. It's a cybersecurity competition that consists of two parts. So there's a Jeopardy style component, and then there's attack and defense component. Jeopardy style is what we're going to be running, and essentially it's a cybersecurity format where participants are going to be given a list of independent challenges they have to then solve for points. Attack and defense, which this year is going to be run by the Italian Cybersecurity Agency. And the way that works is participants are going to be given sets of identical services. They're trying to analyze, protect in real time, and then exploit the same vulnerabilities in other teams. So the competition is primarily targeted at younger individuals. I think there's a age limit of 26.
So you can't compete anymore, barely.
Well,
Conflict of interest anyway. Yeah.
yeah. So our content lead, Samantha, she was the team captain of the US cyber team. And it's a very competitive event, only 7 teams this year. And, entire countries only get to send, 15 people. In the case of Europe, it's one team representing the entirety of Europe. They have a very competitive process to get onto the team.
That's awesome. So just the scale you mentioned, the continents and, how individual teams are selected. I think the latest numbers, there's over 80 countries represented. Yeah, could you just talk about the scale of the competition being in the room, especially since we've been in the room before?
Yeah, I think by the time competitors get to this competition, the number of participants has dwindled down. So I think there's only going to be around 15 students per team. But in order to get onto the team, it depends on each of the different regions. In the US, there's the US Cyber Team, kind of the Cyber Games program that helps individuals progress and get onto the team. Europe has a different process. Each country, each region has a different process. And so the competition itself, it's relatively small. It's probably no more than like 120 maybe. But in terms of the skill level of participants and in terms of like representation of people at this competition, I think that's where the scale comes from. So we have to make some really difficult content because the people who are competing there are experts.
It's difficult to build content for a group this competitive and this talented. What's been our process like? We've done it before. So what'd you learn that time? And then, how are we approaching it this time?
Yeah, so I think kind of the key to creating good competition like this is, we have a pretty strong core team of subject matter experts in a variety of areas who can create a lot of the content, who can validate it, who can test it. But in order to truly kind of satisfy the expertise of the participants in this competition, we ended up working with 15 or 20 different subject matter experts to create challenges for this competition. We make sure they have no ties to the teams. We make sure that they don't see the challenges that other people wrote. So we have a pretty strict process of who sees what content. But we have to work with a lot of people in order to be able to create challenges in all the different categories, at a difficult level. I think when we ran this in 2023, I think our content was pretty good, but there were definitely a few challenges that we thought were difficult, and the teams ended up solving them really, really fast. And so I think this time around we have a slightly better idea of what to expect in terms of the skill level and level of expertise of the participants, and especially with the advancements in AI and how that affects things. I think we're better prepared this time.
Could you talk a little bit about the format? Because I know we're doing something a little bit different this year with AI playing such an important role.
Yeah, so it's a traditional Jeopardy style CTF. It uses dynamic scoring. So the point value of each challenge starts out at a set number, and then it goes down retroactively for all teams based on how many teams solve that challenge. The unique part in this competition is that it's split into kind of 2 phases. First, there's the human resistance phase, where participants are limited to very basic AI tools. And then there's the robot uprising phase, which is where participants might be given access to some frontier models or more powerful models than the human resistance phase. It's an in-person competition, so we're able to actually monitor AI usage of participants to make sure that they don't break the rules. But they have to use the budget, use the API they're given to access these LLMs. So we're able to monitor and track what they're doing. Where that affects the scoring is it's going to be dynamic point values, all the way until the end of the competition. But if you solve the challenge during the human resistance portion before you get access to the more powerful AI models, your point value stays at what it was at the end of human resistance. The point value will continue going down during the robot uprising phase, but it's going to apply only to the people who sold the challenge after this cutoff.
Cool. So yeah, building content for this is really fun. I know for our team, and also challenging, difficult. Are there any specific challenges or types of challenges that we've built for this year's competition that you're especially excited about?
Yeah, so we're going to have the traditional Jeopardy style categories, web exploitation, binary exploitation, forensics, reverse engineering, cryptography. We're also going to have a few challenges in other categories, as well as hardware challenges. I can't really say more, but yeah, we have some really cool challenges.
Thanks for being so detailed in that answer.
Yeah.
No, you'll just have to come to Australia to see it. We'll make sure to recap it after, and we're going to have people on the ground that will be sharing live updates. So if you follow our socials on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, you can see everything there. I think the last question I had was kind of going back to one of the original questions I had about the 2023 competition. Could you just quickly share what that experience was like and what you're most looking forward to this year?
Yeah, I mean, obviously running the competition, I mean, that's what I've been doing for many, many years, and that's what I love doing. Just creating really interesting challenges and seeing participants both struggle but also get excited when they're finally able to solve the challenge. Really looking forward to that. But also this competition brings together, I mean, people from all over the world of all different backgrounds, and it's just it's great to be able to meet them, talk to them, and create long-term relationships with both competitors but also coaches and everybody.
Awesome. Yeah, that's why we're so honored to be running the Jeopardy style CTF for this event. It brings together the world. It's such an important mission, and we're honored that we get to play a part in it. So, week of May 18th, we'll be in Australia to run this event and really excited about it. But thanks, Roman. Thanks for chatting about this.
Thanks, Thomas.